how it is that the source document for the NIA itself is either set. So if you can use this for your database, why can't you, lift the LI?
The political party outside parliament call on parliament to ensure the new CI to be laid to help guarantee the integrity and credibility of the voter registered and reduce the chaos at the registration center. Speaking with the media.
Because if you don't have it, you can't now even register your SIM card. If you don't have it, you have issues with accessing money from your bank. And that is why it has become a very strong card for us to use. The other thing is that you were talking about the passport, whether we use because we use the guarantor system. You're talking about the guarantor system. See, the guarantor system the NIA have, beyond the guarantee, you also need to swear an affidavit.
Yes.
And as I said, all these things that you are doing helps you put you into a data system that is linked with other things. Now, nobody asks for your voter ID card when you are going to the bank or when you are going to do registration of a SIM card. Formally, that was it. So people were getting it and giving the right instructions or information, because they know that if you give the wrong information on your voter register, that you are 18 when you are not 18, and you are working in a government sector, for instance, by the time you realize, they will say you are 60 when you are not 60. So when it comes to the information people give with the NIA card, you realize that most of the information is more credible than the other sources of documents. And that is why we say, as a country that is looking forward into integrating all our IDs into one spot, that is the centralized data that we should be relying on. And as political parties who wish to govern this country, we need to build a data for the country that we can rely on, that we encourage people to do that. In any case, when we're using the guarantor system, or we're using the passport, or we're using the voter ID, the former voter ID and all that, in 2020, is it everybody who went to register? No, it's not everybody who registered. Why? They had all the opportunities, but it's not everybody who registered. People have NIA card now, but if you say they should go and register, they might not go and register. So if you want to take part in the election, and you are now 18, or you were not formally registered, all we are saying is get your NIA card and go and register. And this is a problem. I mean, all of us as Ghanaians, if we have challenges at registration at NIA, we understand that challenge. And that is why we should spend our energies to tell the NIA that they be mandated by law to produce the NIA card for us. And by law, it is stating that the NIA card should be used to do ABCD, including registration of voters. Even the passport, if the NIA card has been there before, that would have been what would have been used to get a passport. But because that was not, that was why other avenues were created by law. But now that the NIA card is there now, and per the LI 211/2012, as we quoted, that is what it's going to be. So the time will come where all of us will not have to rely on all the other sources, but the NIA card. Voting center and go and vote, if that is what they say. But we know that if you want to vote, you need to get a voter register card. And how you get a voter register card is getting an NIA card. So it is not meant to disenfranchise. Then it means even getting a voter registration card is meant to disenfranchise people. Because you are 18 years, you are Ghanaian, go just walk to any electoral center and go and vote. That's not what it does. So everything that you need to do, there are qualifications around it. There are things that you need to be able to get there. And we are saying that to be able to register as a voter, you need the NIA card as your source of identity. So it's a matter of whenever you think you are 18 years, or if you think you did not participate in the last registration in 2022, just go and get your NIA card and go to the district office or any of the registration centers that the EC will provide to go and register. It's as simple as that. It is not meant to disenfranchise Ghanaians. It's meant to rather make the registration process free, and meant to be fair. It's meant to be smooth, so that we don't see the long queues that we see. We don't see the agitations and sometimes the gunshots. You remember the Kaswa incidences where our Kumsi went to go shoot. It was in relation to registration centers. People have died at registration centers. We don't want to see this. I want you to go to the registration center feeling secured, and that is why we want to provide such a system for all of us. So we want Ghanaians to know we care about them. We, the minority political parties who do not have representation in parliament, care about the average Ghanaian, and we want a process that will be smooth for them, and that's why we support this.
Right.
I shudder to think otherwise. I mean, as a country, we have the resources. We are putting money into national cathedral. We are putting money into other areas that I feel we could use it to support the NIA. I think the NIA needs to have the resources that it needs. It's something that we need to do, and once all of us see the need as something that must be done, we can get it done. If Parliament sees the need for NIA to get this done, they approve loans, they approve resources, they should approve and seek the support of the executive to be able to get money for the NIA. It shows that Parliament is not committed to the cause of this country, because every developed country needs a solid database, and if we want to synchronize to get a solid database to develop this country, why are we not devoting resources to it? I think it will be a shame for Parliament, it will be a shame for the Speaker of Parliament to preside over a Parliament who does not support providing resources for NIA to be able to get our citizens NIA card. I think we need enforcement in this country. We need to enforce our laws. We have the laws, but we need to enforce it. And that's why it's surprising that even the laws that we have set for ourselves, LI 211/2012, which talks about Ghana card is not being enforced. We need to enforce laws in this country. We don't want to see political parties mounting billboards everywhere just like that. I hope that the Greater Accra Minister will stand on his feet in relation to indiscriminate billboards which are cited in the election period. We know people are pasting everywhere on our flyovers and everywhere. I think all these things need to cease. It is all about enforcement, and once we enforce it, I'm sure we'll be able to fit it. And it helps all of us as political parties, because if we are all conforming to one thing, at least we can also catch up with the resources. But if you're allowing people to have things left, right, center, that is not the way to go. There are several experiences where one billboard, you can have all the political parties who are contesting on it, so that you can create a level playing field for everybody. You can't keep giving your people tea bread and sugar bread and think that's all the bread you have. There's also brown bread. Let us try other political parties to ensure that this country move on. So we had expressed our views, and that has formed part of the drafting of this year. So when it got to Parliament and they are still debating on some of the things, we find it quite strange that we are being taken out of that discussion, and that is why we held this press conference to say that we as political parties who do not have representation in Parliament debated this at IPAC, and we said we support, because all of us were there. We came into a consensus, because there were different views we all had from the beginning. We had expressed it, it's been modified, and we have agreed on what was going to be presented. So now why should we get there and then we are receiving varied views, which is not what was discussed. And that is why we have, and beyond this platform, if we don't see the CI being laid, we are willing to take other steps. And if it means we getting into Parliament, the Speaker should be expecting us.
Abikari Chumbi, I'm the General Secretary of the All People's Congress, APC. With regards to the CI laid in Parliament, I am really displeased about the propaganda that is going around by some cross-section of people that wants to make Ghanaians believe that the Electoral Commission is going to use the Ghana card as a medium to vote. That is untrue. It is not realistic. The Electoral Commission is saying that for you to be able to take part in the continuous registration, if you have turned 18 or probably some way or other, you haven't been able to acquire a voter's ID. Now, if you want to acquire a voter's ID, the only medium of identification as a Ghanaian is the Ghana card. For you to use that and then acquire a voter's ID, as simple as that. But the Electoral Commission has not said in any way that it is going to be the Ghana card that will be used to vote. It is still going to be the voter's ID. The compilation of the new voters register that happened in 2020 is still credible, and that is the voters registration that is going to be used. But the only thing is that now, if you are going to partake in the continuous registration, you would need to have the Ghana card to be able to acquire a voter's ID. As simple as that. And I think that there is nothing wrong with you going to acquire a Ghana card to be able to get a voter's ID. As a matter of fact, at this juncture, it is easy to acquire a Ghana card than a passport. So I would encourage each and every Ghanaian, if you want to partake in the 2024 general election, then you just go get your Ghana card as a medium to get your voter's ID. As simple as that.
Thank you for watching Nation One TV. Kindly subscribe for more news updates.